What up, G Life? It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. That is how you help my channel get into the algorithm. I highly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. And I mean, it's absolutely free. It don't cost anything. Join the G Life. Now, don't forget to check out my second channel, Man in Society, M.O.D, where we talk about stuff outside of the streets. Now, the other day I did a Chicano, my top Chicano rappers that are relevant now, right? 40. And it's no secret that that wasn't even the list for top Chicano rappers of all time, right? But I was getting asked, and people were telling me. I guess it sparked up the conversation, right? Of like, who do I think is the top best of Chicano rap of all time? And I'll do a separate list for that, right? But they also talked about these individuals. These are individuals that I get asked a lot about, right? People have their opinion and all of that. Look, we're here to talk about their overall influence on Chicano rap and their career, right? I'm not here to talk about their gang status or how much work they put in or how much tiempo they did or this vatos this and this vatos that. We're not here to talk about none of that shit, bro. You leave that shit to the streets. I don't know nothing. I don't know these individuals personally like that. I don't know, I don't know if they're good or not good or if they're solid or not. So you get what I'm saying? So I always hear individuals, oh, that fool's fake, or that fool's lame, or that fool's a ranker, that fool's a bitch, that fool's a pussy. Like, oh, you know them? Nah, I never met them, but I could tell. Like, man, shut up, fool. Unless you have evidence, my boy, unless you've seen some real facts, my boy, you seen it with your own eyes, my boy, then all that shit is he say, she said, chisme, speculation. And what do we know? That chisme, speculation, and he say, she say, that's not facts, my boy. That shit's not facts. Real solid individuals don't grab that information and run with it, homie. We run with facts, homie. You come and bring facts. If not, you don't come at all, homie. You don't speak unless you know the facts. We don't care about what your tío said, your brother said, your cousin said, or some shit you seen on some random site. My boy, do you have the evidence? Do you know? Then, come on now. You want to talk all that gangster talk, my boy? You sure are not acting like one. Because if you don't know about an individual, you don't speak up about them, homie. So I don't know nothing about that. You know what I mean? To be going into all of that, or them fools, or some of them, them fools ain't raza. Like, there's a lot of homies that ain't raza. Why don't you go tell them they're not raza and Chicano that are in there, who have jugo? A veces cierto. You know what I mean? Telling you, all the ones that talk, I could already tell they're not from the streets, bro. Real homies don't carry themselves like that, bro. What does raza or having to be a Mexican have anything to do with anything, bro? A homie's gonna be a homie regardless what race he is, bro, what ethnicity he is, homie. If he's from the barrio, he's from the barrio. No ifs and buts about it. So, we're here to talk about theirs. So, overall, these individuals play a big role when it comes to Chicano rap, right? Like Mr. Capone, Mr. D, Little Rob, Royalty, Kid Frost, you know what I mean? I get it. A lot of people, hate on these individuals. They don't like them for whatever reasons, you know what I mean? Like me, myself, I'm not a hater, right? I'm not a fan of Kid Frost. I already talked about my experiences with him and all that drama, right? So I'm not too fond of the individual, right? But I'm not a hater, so I can't take away nothing that he has done for Chicano rap. The role he's played and overall the weight his name holds, bro. You know what I mean? I tip my hat, so this is for the raza. You know what I mean? The individual was doing it, right? He inspired a lot of individuals to go and do it. And even though, he didn't help the raza and he did this, that. All true. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you can't take away what he has done. You know what I mean? Nonetheless, or what he inspired, nonetheless. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you meet your, the people that inspire you or your role models, and they don't turn out to be the people that you thought they were, right? They turn out to be dirtbags and shit like that, right? So it happens, But that doesn't take away the fact that they inspired people nonetheless, right? So these individuals were doing things, helping individuals, right? They may not be the best of rappers, right? Because all of these individuals, we could say that they're so-so in rapping, right? Their rapping skills are not, to par like some elite, Chicano rappers out there like a Mr. Shadow or Oside Blaze or Misfit Soto or something like that. You know what I mean? Their rapping's not, all that elite, right? But nonetheless, their careers are successful. They made money. and they put on a lot of raza. Even though deals may have gone south, or people may have been you know in the bad end of some deals, and a lot of talking here and there, but like nonetheless they still put some light on this individual, still sparked up his career in some way, right? So at the end of the day, they still brought them in nonetheless, right? Even though it went south. Now, I'm not here to say that that justifies the actions, but nonetheless it doesn't take away from it either, right? So these individuals were putting on people, right? Putting on artists, right? Who nobody was giving a chance to, and doing it, right? Like they were actually doing it. Now nobody else was doing it, right? Nobody else was starting their own business and companies and stuff like that, and bringing people on. You could say, oh, eventually somebody would have came along the way. Yeah, but that's eventually those are what ifs. But we're talking about what happened. Not about what ifs or what could have happened. We're talking about what actually happened. These individuals actually got up and went and did what they did. I could have, maybe along the way somebody would have came along, or somebody, or well, anybody could have done that. But that's the thing, they didn't. These fools did. You know what I mean? So nonetheless, people can't take away, nothing that they have done for the Chicano rap game. They put on a lot of people. They pushed their music because they were out there really, grinding, selling it at the back of their trunks and they were doing it, bro, but they were doing it. Yeah, they may not be as famous as, like, I don't know, like Tupac or Dr. Dre, but nonetheless, their names still ring bells. They're relevant, right? And people, más o menos, know who they are and what they have done. You know what I mean? So their name holds weight. Maybe not as much as these individuals, but nonetheless, you can't take away that they were making money and that, they have some relevance to them. You may not like their music, you may not like them individuals, but you can't take away what they have done. Because if you try to do that, you are just simply mad and hating. Because there's no other explanation for it, right? Because you don't personally know them. They personally didn't do nothing to you, right? Now you can say they're trash and garbage. Then why are people going and seeing their shows, buying their albums, and they made as much money as they did if they're trash like you say they are? I get it. Some of their rapping skills, like I said, are not up to par, but they were still bringing in people and still were able to create the business, right? They knew how to market themselves. They knew how to do business. They're businessmen before they were rappers. Before they're rappers, they're businessmen. That's why they sign rappers, right? Because those are the people that have the rapping skills. And these individuals have the business mind, right? They're just the innovators, the business people. Because they knew how to do business. Because if these other individuals knew how to do business, they would have gone out there and created their own business. But they didn't. Why? Because they didn't know how to run, that kind of stuff. And they didn't want to go through all of that. These individuals were business savvy. And that's a skill in itself, right? Business savvy is a skill. Excuse me. That in itself is a skill. You have to be business. Not everyone could do business. Not everyone's a businessman or know how to market themselves or have charisma and stuff like that in order to, go and do what they did. So that's still a talent nonetheless. You can't take that away from these individuals. Like I said, I'm not too, fan. I'm not gonna pretend and come on here like I'm defending them or like I'm a fan of their music, because I heard of some of their songs and some of their songs I like. But I'm not a fan of these individuals' music, right? But I can't take away nothing for what they have done in their success, right? And I'm not saying their music because it's trash or whatever. It's just that it's not my type of style. It's more like romantic and more laid back. I'm more of the aggressive type rap person. You know what I mean? So it's just not my style. You know what I mean? They're more like mellowed out type of rolas, because that's what sells. That's what I'm telling you. They have the business mind of things. So overall, that's my opinion on these individuals like Royalty, Little Rob, Kid Frost, Mr. D, Capone. People can't take away nonetheless of what they have done. You may not like them, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm just saying, what are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments, and shout out, we out.